I'll be the first to admit that the Quran contains peaceful teachings. Unfortunately, the peaceful teachings were abrogated or canceled by Allah's commands to violently subjugate the entire world. But that doesn't stop Muslim apologists from quoting the abrogated peaceful verses and pretending that Islam still calls for peace. So it's good to be ready with Muslim commentaries that explain that the peaceful verses have been abrogated. Don't be duped by propagandists. But there's an additional problem here, namely that we don't always have easy access to the commentaries. Quran commentaries are often abridged so that you're not necessarily getting the full picture when you read an English translation. Consider an example. Hi David, I am wondering if you could show us the picture of the Tafsir Ibn Kathir commentary on the abrogation of Surah 2:256, please, because I cannot find it nowhere what you have read and said on this in one of your old videos. I need a photo of this important information to use it for my future debates with Muslims to expose the true teachings of Islam. Thank you, David. A picture you want, a picture you shall have. All right, so I've quoted the Tafsir of Ibn Kathir at various times to show that Surah 2, verse 256 of the Quran, there is no compulsion in religion, one of the handful of verses that are used to show that Islam is a religion of peace and tolerance, was abrogated by later commands to violently subjugate the world. But if you go to the online version of Ibn Kathir, or if you purchase the 10-volume Darussalam edition, you won't find the passage I quote. So where am I getting it? Well, again, the English translations are abridged, so different translators leave out certain things. This is part 3 of the Al-Firdaus edition of Ibn Kathir. Let's read a bit of what the Darussalam edition left out. Ibn Kathir gives a couple of different historical backgrounds for the verse. We'll start here. Muhammad ibn Ishaq narrated that Ibn Abbas said, "It was revealed with regard to a man from the tribe of Bani Salim ibn Auf called Al-Husayni, whose 2 sons converted to Christianity, but he was himself a Muslim. He told the Prophet, 'Shall I force them to embrace Islam? They insist on Christianity.' Hence, Allah revealed this verse." So his sons left Islam and converted to Christianity. Smart boys. Should he force them to return to Islam? Of course not. There is no compulsion in religion. What a wonderful message. Unfortunately, the message didn't last long because Allah changes his mind a lot. But this verse is abrogated by the verse of fighting. You shall be called to fight against a people given to great warfare, then you shall fight them, or they shall surrender. Al-Fath, that's Surah 48, verse 16. Allah also says, O Prophet Muhammad, strive hard against the disbelievers and the hypocrites, and be harsh against them. At Tawbah, that's Surah 9, verse 73. And he says, O you who believe, fight those of the disbelievers who are close to you, and let them find harshness in you. And know that Allah is with those who are the al-muttaqeen, the pious. Surah 9, verse 123. So, the peaceful verse was abrogated by calls for violence. What are the final marching orders of the Quran? Therefore, all people of the world should be called to Islam. If any one of them refuses to do so, or refuses to pay the jizya, head tax imposed by a Muslim state on all non-Muslims living under the protection of a Muslim government, they should be fought till they are killed. The final marching orders are to call the entire world to Islam and to kill anyone who doesn't convert to Islam or pay the jizya. So, people ask, why are so many terrorist attacks carried out in the name of Islam? Why are there so many Islamic terrorist groups? Why are there forced conversions? Why are there blasphemy laws in Muslim countries? Why is there a death penalty for apostates? Muslim apologists reply, no, my good man. None of that has anything to do with Islam. The Quran says that there is no compulsion in religion. That's what Islam teaches. All of the bloodshed and massacres are due to a simple misunderstanding of Islam. Unfortunately for Muslim apologists, their own sources say that the peaceful teachings were revealed in certain situations and that they only applied in certain circumstances. These peaceful teachings were later abrogated by commands to violently subjugate the entire world. So, James, you can add that passage to your collection. I'll put the passage up on the screen without any underlining so you can take some screenshots.
It just backfired on me. It just backfired on me. This is a part of our religion. There's a reason to it. Yeah. There's a reason why there's a capital punishment. Yeah.